So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Welcome to this strange and bizarre 2020 Cedar Ridge Raider football season. We are very glad that we have all these parents that are wanting to come on and learn more about the Booster Club. This is a live stream. We're recording it, and we will be putting it on the website for anybody that missed it, or if you have to leave early, or if your connection's bad and you want to watch it, we will have it on the website for you to view later. We're having to do live stream now. We want to be in person as soon as we can, but when we do, we will try to make the technology available, so we will live stream as well as be in person. So if you're not comfortable coming in person, it doesn't mean you're going to miss out. So we want to try to make sure that it's going to fit for everybody. Okay, Betsy, you want to start our slides?
Yeah, I have. Can you guys see the presentation?
Not yet.
Try it again.
It's showing a small window.
Okay. Hang on.
There it goes. It's loading.
Awesome. So this is going to be our agenda for tonight. Really what we want to do, guys, is let you guys know, what does the Booster Club do? What are we here for? We want you to meet every single one of the board members and learn about their specific position in the group. We're going to talk about some dates coming up, just some immediate dates coming up. We'll get into long-term dates another time. And concessions, I'm going to leave that. I'm just going to let that be a teaser till the end. I know Coach Rob talked about it at the meeting last night, but we'll wait till the end to get to concessions. I think there's a way that y'all can ask questions. Is there a chat? There's a chat, right, Betsy?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there
at
is.
the top right. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do questions at the. So going from here on, if you could keep your phone on mute, unless you're presenting, it will keep the background noise away. But okay, guys. Well, our mission. So technical mission on the screen, but really our goal is to do anything that we can to support the football program. That means the program in general, the players, equipment, better protective gear, things for the coaches to help with filming so that they can really help evaluate how the games and practices goes and stuff. So in a nutshell, that's our general mission. What we've done this year is we've broken it down even further, and we want you guys to know what the key elements for this year are as far as the goals. Membership goals. Last year, we hit right at 100 memberships, and which was great. We've never had that. We have 300 players, though, so we only had a third of the parents that participated. I would love to see that improved. We are a powerhouse 6A school that continually goes to the playoffs. We should have a powerhouse parent participation in our Booster Club. So our membership goals really are, we would love every player to have at least one parent that's a participant in the Booster Club. We've tried to price it so that it fits everybody's needs. We would love to see everybody be a participant. Some of the specific goals were the Air Potato multi-camera system. Good news, that actually got done already. The board, we've been meeting as a board since May. We've met every 3 to 4 weeks since May. It's been lots of fluidity and changes and been craziness, but some of these we've actually already accomplished. So the protective helmet covers for the O-line, something this year. Next year, we want to get a whole new set of freshman jerseys. O-line sled, that's already been purchased too, I believe. The IH webcast, that's where you can go on and listen online to all of our games. We did pay for that as well. The helmets, this is a big deal, guys. We will be the only Round Rock High School helmets. We would love to be able to get our helmets colored either purple or black. And then a big thing, especially for you guys that have kids in different sports, the trainers, their cold game day therapy machine broke. Not able to be repaired. It's $2,800. Absolutely, we're going to do what we can to help with that, but we want the other sports as well to participate with help and support the trainers. So that in a nutshell is our mission and our goals. Next. Did I freeze? There you go. Okay. So I am the president for the Booster Club this year. My name is Wendy Thompson. I have a senior and a sophomore, and Campbell, the senior, has been in football all 4 years. I'll be presiding and presenting at all the board meetings and the membership meetings. I'm going to take on membership activities this year because I really, really want as many active members as we can get. So I'm going to hound everybody that hasn't joined. Just be ready if you haven't joined. I help coordinate with the coach and I help coordinate with other clubs. Some of the coordination, for example, is senior night. We're helping coordinate between royalty, football, and cheer. So there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. As far as my position, what can you do to help with the president's position? Become a member. That's the biggest thing that you can do. The next is, consider a sponsorship. If you or someone you know has a business that wants to help support Raider football, we would welcome that 100%. We'll talk more later about sponsorships because we do already have some of our parents that have businesses that have become sponsors. We love our sponsors. And the last thing for me, get involved. Get involved, stay involved. We're going to give you very specific call to actions at the end of this to tell you how you can get involved. There's every type of level. Donate stuff, donate time, donate money. You pick what you're most comfortable with and what fits in with your family, your lifestyle, and your schedule. And that's all for me. Take it to Allison.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining this evening. I am the vice president who is helping the president stay on track and organized behind the scenes, doing agenda planning and coordination, overall supporting the board in various gap fill areas. We'll be helping with all of those volunteers that say, sure, I can help, just let me know what I can do, and where they don't sign up for something specific, I will be helping them find some specific things. And I will be helping co-chair concessions, which we're going to talk about at the very end. So we are going to really need a lot of people helping with concessions, and that doesn't necessarily mean working the concession stand during the game. There are other ways to help with this effort, but we'll get to that later. Oh, and I do have a senior, and this is my third and final kid going through the football program here. That's it.
Hi, I'm Mona Bodak. I have 2 kids in the program. I have a senior on varsity. He's the kicker number 13. And I have a Wade who's just starting out in the freshman. He's on the O-line, and he just got his number today, number 66. So as the treasurer, it's typical activity, bean counter stuff. So doing financial reports at the meetings, taking money in, reconciling bank accounts, keeping up all with the records, and then filing reports that we need to keep us accurate, paying what we need to for sales tax, and getting forms to the IRS. So how can you help? Well, keep me busy. As you'll hear throughout the night, sponsorships and our memberships is really where our money comes from. And so keep me busy. Get that financial support is where we come from, is from you. It all goes back to the kids. And also too, what I'd like to plug here is Treasure has a 2-year time limit. So my time is my last year. I'm still around for a long time, so I've got a freshman here. But if you are interested in being a treasurer, definitely reach out to me. That way you can kind of get behind the scenes and take a look and get ready for next year so we can fill this position.
Okay, thanks, Mona. I'm Sydney Donahoe, and I have a son in the program. It is a junior, and he will be a defensive back on varsity this year. I think he's going to rock number 21, from what he tells me. So I am the secretary of the Booster Club, and essentially my main responsibilities are making sure meeting minutes are kept, and not only that, but that they're thorough and accurate. So for those that can't make the meetings, you've got meeting notes now. Since we're recording this, I'll still probably put some notes out. Just so we have paper trail of it. But COVID kind of has introduced a little different feeling to these. So post meeting minutes after each meeting to the Booster Club website so that we have them for storage. And obviously what I just said, people can see it after we catch back up. And then assist with any other board duties where I'm available and needed. So helping with the concessions, I'll hope to help Heidi with merchandise if she needs it. Anything, you know, where kind of Allison said, plug in the gaps. And then how can you help? It really is important to attend the meeting so that you get the information. And we love to have you, especially when we go back in person. And then most importantly is participate. If you can't give money, that's fine, give your time. I guarantee you that goes a lot longer way than money sometimes anyway. Be involved and your kids will notice, and even if they don't say anything to you, they know that you're, you know, involved in helping the program. Okay.
I'm a little slow coming off the mute button. That last slide didn't do Sydney justice. She does a ton on the board, and we value her experience. Hi, my name is Betsy Snopel, and I am in charge of projects and events. My son Ian is a sophomore on the varsity team. He'll play defensive ends, I think, at number 45. So my role includes really getting the players fed. So for the freshman and JV teams, hopefully you've seen on the store the ability to purchase a season-long meal program for those players, which will be delivered to them right before they either leave on the bus to go to the away games or before they get ready for any home games. So that's actually being co-sponsored by Gino's Italian restaurant. So that's a big part of what I'm getting ready for. We also, I believe, are going to be able to continue with the varsity Thursday night game, pregame meals. I believe that we're going to be able to host those at the fellowship. In the past, those have been hosted at school, but we can't do that this year. So I'll be coordinating those, as well as breakfast for the coaches on Friday morning. So Thursday, Friday are busy times. And then when the season wraps, we'll work through the banquets based on what we can do at that point in time. And then any other social events. So we're pretty limited in what we can do right now. But there will be hopefully opportunities in the spring. Anybody who was able to attend the event we did at the Oaks last spring, we want to do more of those types of events. So the ways that you can help are, for those of you that have freshman or JV players who want to provide them with those meals from Gino's, you can go ahead and purchase those. But we also need help getting those distributed to those kiddos on Thursday afternoon. And then we also, as I mentioned, will be feeding the varsity players Thursday evenings. So there will be a lot of ways that you can help with that in the form of bringing food to feed them, help to serve and clean up. And then as well for the coaches' breakfast, I'll be sending out sign-up geniuses for all of those things. So again, time, money, donations to help with any and all of those will be greatly appreciated.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sonia Perez, and I am the VP of Sponsorships Fundraising. I have 3 boys in the program. Xavier, who's a senior this year, he'll be playing free safety. Nathan, who's a sophomore, and Dominic as a freshman. Right now, one of the most important things that we're trying to do is trying to reach out to our community for sponsorships, any type of donations. Anyone can help out with that. Reach out to a business, you know, any local businesses, and get 1 or 2 sponsors. That would be great. Huge shout out to our, you know, our sponsors who have renewed this year. More Cleaning, which is huge. They're Raider Nation level. And we've got Gino's. We have the Forest Creek Storage. And so we just need more people to help out with that if we can. We have spirit nights. We'll have spirit nights set up from starting next week at Bush's on Tender Tuesday. So, make sure you grab your dinner over there. And it'll be scheduled all the way through May. We'll have spirit nights probably once or twice every week at different locations. So just stay tuned for those. What you can help out with, which is we're all asking, is become a sponsor, reach out to the community. Anything will help. And again, Tender Tuesday next week for spirit night. So let's try to rock that out.
Hi, everybody. My name is Heidi Honey. I am the merchandise coordinator this year. I have a son, Jackson, who's a sophomore on the JV team, who's a wide receiver. So I'm in charge of just we had a little bit of a challenge with merchandise this year. As you guys know, in the past, we usually sell that at football games. But this year we were challenged with figuring out a different plan. So we have an online store now available. It's been open for about 6 weeks now. And so you can shop all your merchandise online, which we're super excited about that change. It's all set up. So the link is below, so you can click that. It's also, you can go, from the Booster Club site, you can click on that. A lot of you have already ordered, so we're super appreciative of that. One of the things that we were able to offer is shipping of your merchandise. So some of you hopefully have already received your orders in the mail, and I'm currently in the process of filling a lot of orders from the first go round. We do have a deadline. If you haven't already ordered a player yard sign or a car decal, specifically customized with your player's name on that, the deadline for that is tomorrow. So you can go on the store tonight and order those. You can pick up your order if you don't want to choose shipping, just choose local pickup. I have, I'll email you separately with the address you can come pick up. So that's definitely something if you just don't want to pay the shipping cost. We do currently have the store open with lots of things to order that are currently available. And then we also offer something we call it a pre-order option, which is where you can pre-order your size and specific style. It does take a little bit longer to get those because the vendors have to make those, but we'll keep that next order open until the 25th of September. And then once we close that, we'll place that pre-order with our vendors. It generally takes them about 10 days to get me back your order, and then I'll fill that for you. So there's a lot of great options on there on the store. So feel free to shop that. If you have questions, you can email me at merchandise@crfootball.org. I'd be happy to answer any questions. If you have a order you're waiting on, I should be able to fill most of the orders by early next week. So if you haven't gotten something or some kind of notice from me next week, then feel free to reach out to me. And I feel like that's it. So if you have any questions, again, feel free to email me about all that.
Hello, hey, my name is Dominica Tierney, and I am in charge of our website, crfootball.org, and the publicity that, and I'm the person that you pretty much see all the posts on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and Remind 101. So basically what I just do is when something's coming up or somebody from the board needs for me to blast something, that's what I do. I just try to keep y'all informed of what's going on in our program. And when the coaches will want me to blast something, I go ahead and do that on their behalf as well. So, but yes, make sure Facebook is RRCR Football. Instagram is Sierra Ridge FB Booster, and Booster Twitter is RRCR FB Booster, and CR Football Twitter is on the RRCR Football. So be sure to join all that, so that way you can, you're up to date with everything that is going on with CR Football. Thanks again for joining tonight, and we appreciate it. Thank you.
So we're really trying to keep tonight quick, succinct, to the point. We want to do just enough to where every single one of you are going to go online and become members right after this meeting is over. And the first way to make that happen is to not take up too much time. So we're only going to give a few of these dates. Dominique has done an amazing job keeping up with the calendar, we've got a ton of dates that we're about to just put on the calendar. A lot. September or October is going to be super busy. But these are just a few things coming up. Don't forget Picture Day Saturday, our first Spirit Night at Bush's. Thank you very much, Sonia. Decals with Dad will be the Saturday after the scrimmage. That's a deal with the varsity kids and their dads, and they get their decals on their helmets. So it's kind of a big deal. The senior family pictures. If we need to get the link out if you ordered one so you can pay. It's going to go through the store. Heidi's got an option. So I'll have Doc send out an email to the senior parents with that link. Or better yet, if you hadn't got the link, just email president@Sierra Football and I'll email you back. That'll prevent too much duplicity. Everybody be ready for senior night, October 2nd. We'll have our shirts and it'll be great. And then the Hot Tot Spirit Night live sale is October 3rd. We're going to give you guys more information. We're going to have as many Spirit Night and live sales as we can. That's just kind of the nature of where we're at now because we can't have our normal in-person fundraisers like we're used to. So keep in tune with the website. Follow us on all of our social media for all the dates to remember. We will try to keep you guys up to date. Next. Okay, we are blowing and going through this meeting. This I want to spend a little time on. If you were on coach's meeting last night or night before, you heard that for the first time ever in Raider football history, we get to do the concession stands as a football team. We get to have them. I'm going to let y'all just think about that and be very excited. I would love if I could hear y'all all clap, but I can't. Poor coach didn't even get the words out of his mouth when he called me. I'm like, yes, we're going to do it. Yes. It always goes to band. Football has never had this opportunity. This is a huge, huge opportunity for us to make up a lot of what we didn't get in our traditional fundraising and our events. But this is a beast. We have 19 games that we get to do concessions for because we get the Ridgeview, almost all of the Ridgeview and CD Folks home games, all of the JV and freshman home games, and all the varsity home games. So it's 19 games. Like Allison said, it's not just going and working the concession stand. We certainly need that. We need all kinds of people with all kinds of skill sets. Planning this thing, it's going to be a monster, but we can do it. We just need to get people that either have a lot of experience with concession or, those project manager people, because we really need to start putting together a really good process now. We're going to try to get as many things donated as we can. So parents, we're going to put out a wish list and we're going to say, hey, if you could buy this, go to Sam's and buy, a big box of chip bags or something. Everything we can get donated is just going to help increase the bottom line even more. We'll need setup to every event. Now, the Cedar Ridge events, the middle school games and the JV freshmen will be a little easier because we'll be the only ones in there, so our stuff can stay. But when we talk about Kelly Reeves, we're not the only ones in there, so we'll have to do a lot of back and forth. Again, I need those project management people to put together a really good system so that we keep everything organized and going smoothly. Of course, handling working at the concession stand. This is what I'm really going to ask of you parents. If you have a kid on freshman or JV, please pick one opportunity to do something to help the varsity concession. Varsity parents that do not have a kid on freshman or JV, please help us man the freshman JV games. Everyone. The Ridgeview and CD Folks games are going to be, mainly Mondays and Tuesdays and a couple of Wednesdays. Pick a day to do something. If you don't want to volunteer time, you do not have to, but you're going to drop off water or, something for the concession stand. We're going to need all hands on deck. This is probably a one and done event for us this year. I don't know that we're going to get a chance to do concessions next year, and I want to blow it out of the water. And I want this to be exactly what I think it could be. You're looking at 19 games. We could make a substantial amount for our football program. After the event, I mean, we're going to need help with cleanup. We're going to have to pack everything up. So it's just a lot to do. But because of how much the opportunity is for us to make, it's worth every single bit of it. So my big request to every one of you is just think about what you can do at some point in the season to help with concessions. Allison, do you want to talk about how they can help and what they need to do to let you know they're helping?
We will get organized on all of that, but if you already know that you want to help with the specific something, go ahead. And how did we decide for them to say yes, help?
To email you.
Okay. Email me at vicepresident@crfootball.org, I believe. I don't email myself, so I didn't know. There you go. That was a good guess.
And if you want to volunteer for anything, go ahead and email Allison, and then we'll make sure that you get put in the queue. Just let her know what you want to volunteer for.
Or if you just want to be, I'll help whenever you need help kind of person, then yes, we need those too.
Awesome. So I want to know, and I'm sure there's probably a lot, but time-wise, we went through this very well. I'd love to answer questions, and I know there's probably a lot of you that have questions. There's probably going to be questions we can't answer, but let's go ahead and get questions now. So any that we can't answer, I can get with the people that know. Betsy, should we have people chat the questions?
I think we can probably manage audio questions if people want to ask them
perfect.
Live,
Okay.
Or they're welcome to put them into chat either.
Either one then, but your phones are all on mute, so you'll have to unmute it if you want to ask a question, but floor is open.
I know a couple of people have asked some questions already. Oh, sorry, Denise.
Hey,
A couple of
Denise.
people have asked questions about links. So look for the chat. There's been a few links that have been posted there. How can we help, Denise?
So I asked this question 2 nights ago to Coach, and poor Coach, he's got a lot on his mind. And so the question is just about meals for junior varsity is what I care about, but I'm sure freshmen are impacted too. How would that work? I know the process last year. They'd finish their last class, they'd eat, and then they'd hop on the bus and go. I'm just trying to figure out if it makes sense for me to go ahead and purchase the meal through you guys, or if, since my son's just gonna be coming from home straight to the bus, I just feed him? What? I just don't understand how it works.
I think it's totally up to you, Denise. You're welcome to, if your son would like the meal and you want to order it, and just, bring them to school and it will be available for him there. Otherwise, you can feed them from home. So in the past, we've always prioritized and made sure that every player had a meal because every player was at school and we wanted to make sure that they were fed. So, that same guiding principle exists. We want to make sure every player gets fed so they can either eat at home or they can get a meal. And by the way, we will sponsor meal programs for any students that may need the financial assistance. So just send an email to me if anybody is in that situation. So I really think it's up to you this year, Denise, and anybody else who has that same question, that, if they like the meal and they want to get it and you're willing to buy it, we can definitely, make sure they get it when they arrive at school. Otherwise, just feed them from home.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. And then another question, which I know somebody put in the chat, is I am lost as to how tickets are supposed to work for sub-varsity. Maybe you guys are too. Maybe nobody knows.
I think we all are.
We all are figuring it. And from what it sounds like, all tickets are going to be online. Like, everybody's going to be online. Miss Heller won't be there selling tickets like she usually is. That's been my understanding. But
can I say something really quickly? This is Dominica with website. If you go to the main page on crfootball.org, if you scroll down towards the middle, I put all varsity JV freshmen's games on there. And if you look, there's a link to go straight to the tickets. Now, yes, that is only for varsity, but once I find out for JV, I'll go ahead and add those onto the JV site and also the freshman. But right now, at this point, it's only the varsity. But I did try to make it easy for the parents. And remember, they're only 50%. So make sure you get it that Monday. I think that they're going to start opening those ticket sales for the week on that Monday. And I'll try to remind all the parents as well at that time.
Question, if we're going to help with concessions for like a varsity game, do we need to buy a ticket?
My understanding is yes. That if you enter the stadium, you have to have a ticket.
Okay.
Because even last year they charged us for merchandise to come in, which is kind of crappy, but you know, it is what it is.
Kinda, yeah.
Oh, that was my outside voice. Sorry, but I do believe you would have to have a ticket.
Okay, thanks. I'll stop asking questions now. Thanks, guys.
No,
it's
I'm
all
glad you
good.
asked about the food the other day because we all, as a board, were like, "Holy moly, how did we not think of that?" Like all of us were like, "That was a great question." So
Yeah.
Somebody said they wanted to know typically what time they need help with the pregame meals. To give them out.
Yeah, so the Thursday sub-varsity meals would be like 2:45, 3 o'clock. If we have parents that want to help distribute those meals, we'd need you on campus about 2:45 until probably 3:45, 4 o'clock.
And Chase, I don't know if they're going to prioritize parents first. He wants to know if for tickets they're going to prioritize parents.
my understanding is it's a free for all.
Yeah, I'm afraid it might be.
And Michelle's question about on campus. So when I mean on campus, it'll be outside. So we'll be setting up the meal distribution outside. So we won't physically be on campus or in the building. So it'll only be a couple of parents. So and obviously all of the same rules will apply. We'll have to be masked at all times.
So I saw a question about
You get that
merchandise.
one, Heidi?
Yeah, I got it. So we have a lot of styles on there now, and then I'm working on one for the website. But on October 3rd, we're doing a live Facebook sale at Hot Boutique, and so you'll see a lot of really great new styles come out that evening, and you can purchase them that night. And they'll be for men and women, and so we'll have a couple of our students, football players and cheerleaders, modeling those. So it's going to be a really fun evening. But you'll see definitely a wide range of hats and blankets and shirts for women, men's collared shirts. We've got a lot. And then I just added the baseball cap that's on the store right now is the coach's hat for this season. And so we're pre-ordering those. So if you want a hat that's like the coaches are getting, that's what that hat looks like. That's their hat. So I know a lot of times every year the parents love to wear the same thing the coach has. So there are a few things. If you have questions, again, you can feel free to email me at merchandise@crfootball.org.
Tailgating before the game. I've been told nothing that stops anyone from being in the parking lot. In fact, that was actually presented as an opportunity for people to pick up merchandise they buy. To speak to merchandise real quick, guys, we're not allowed to sell at the games this year. There's no vendors allowed. So we didn't have the opportunity to buy merchandise ahead of time to have it available. So Heidi's done an absolute bang-up job of taking this bizarre circumstance and turning it into this amazing online store. So tailgating, as far as I know, as long as you follow the rules of the county and the city in the parking lot, they're fine. Yeah, game attendance 50%. So yeah.
Which, if you think about it, for sub-varsity, Cedar Ridge, I don't know exactly how much it holds, but you got to remember that's got to hold both teams.
Right.
So it's not just, Cedar Ridge parents or
So will there
family
be a
or whatever.
Will there be a specified time on Monday morning the tickets will go on sale so that we're ready to be there and pounce on our tickets?
What I saw for varsity said 8 a.m., I believe. So
Okay.
I would assume that, all levels would be the same
Right.
time, because I do think it's only going to be online sales regardless of whether it's varsity or sub-varsity.
And
But I saw 8 a.m.
My recommendation too is on the links for varsity, and I'm sure it's going to be the same thing for sub-varsity, is there's a place in there for you to put your cell phone in there to text you when they go on sale. So that way, so make sure you put yours, your son, your players and your husbands or your wives, just any of that. So.
Well, and then to add an added layer to this, if like my son's going to be bouncing back and forth between JV and varsity. So if something were to happen, we purchased the tickets on Monday and he's switched up for, we get for JV and then he's moved up to varsity, are they still going to honor that ticket? Or will they give us a refund back on the JV ticket?
I doubt it.
That's Julie.
Yeah.
No idea.
And I think there might be creative ways for us to, that's maybe something for us to take away, is if there's a way that we can help parents in that situation, let each other know. Like if somebody has a ticket available to sell. So we'll think on that and see if we can help facilitate those situations.
And maybe we could have like a swap section on the website. We really, one thing that Dominique has done is taken our website from just being a place to get a few pieces of information to absolutely the place to get all of the information regarding Raider football. So we really want to try to drive everyone there. If you can't find it on that website, all of our emails are there. So reach out to us. Let us know that, hey, I'm looking for this and I can't find it. We will get back with you and get your question answered. God bless the webmaster. Thanks, Joshua. I'm sure Dominica loves that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any ideas how to buy away tickets? Not a clue.
Yes, I do. I have it. Yes. When I went to the RRISD website, if it's an away ticket, and I also already went through for varsity. I have not done this for JV or sub-varsity, but the link is already on the main page for like when we play Van de Graaff, the link is there for you to buy the tickets for the Van de Graaff. But if you're playing a team that's in the district, for example, we're playing Round Rock and we're visitors, you have to go to the Round Rock page to buy the ticket from them. But like I said, I've already linked it for varsity, so it's just a one click, go get your ticket.
Yeah,
that way it's easy for our Raider parents.
Yep.
And as far as the capacity, we're fine at the Palace. The capacity is really going to impact us at the Cedar Ridge game, sub-varsity, and then we have one home game at Dragon Stadium at the end of the season against San Marcos. And that's a smaller stadium. So those are really the only the varsity home games at the Palace. We should be more than fine on 50% capacity. We just want to watch out for sub-varsity. And again, the coach stressed it the other night. If your kid's a freshman on freshman purple, please only go to the freshman purple game. And then the minute you get your kids off the field and you say, hey, good game, bolt out, so that we can have the parents that want to watch their kids be able to get in to watch their kids. Are there any other questions? Did I miss anything, ladies?
I had a question, Wendy.
Yes, ma'am.
Have they started with the coach's breakfast yet? I signed up for the coach's breakfast and the Thursday night meals. Have they started with that? And where do we drop off stuff?
We haven't even thought about that. There's so many things that we haven't even have changed.
Okay.
We've thought about it. We just haven't published the signups yet. So we will, we'll be getting those ready. We didn't know if we were going to be able to host the Thursday night games until today.
Okay.
So stay tuned. We will send out remind messages with all of those signups. They'll be posted on the website.
Thank you.
So yeah, for sure. We definitely want your help. We'll get those signups going here in the next few days.
Okay. Thank you. Y'all know y'all can email me or send me what's the group me thing we used to do? Are we going to do that?
We're going to try to move away from GroupMe and be more on the Remind this year. Doing Remind and emails, just because some parents didn't like all the back and forth. But it didn't prevent anybody from doing their own GroupMe. But as a booster club, we're going to try to push towards the Remind. So if you haven't joined it, join the Remind.
Okay, and I'll email you and you can tell me how to do that. I email Wendy about everything.
You know, and I always respond to you, Stephanie.
I'm one of those people.
You know what? But you're involved, so it's all good.
I know that's
No,
right.
I'll email you. I'll email you how to do the remind.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Everybody on my screen looks frozen.
Must be you.
Must
Okay.
be you. We're good.
Okay, good. That shouldn't have said we didn't think about the meals. It's just that we haven't thought about a system yet. There's lots of changes.
Lots of
Yeah.
thoughts.
Lots of changes and figuring out how to do stuff.
Well, the
Can I-
last thing we want to do is say, this is how it's going to be, and then they change it last minute, and we got to redo all our communication.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Can I follow back on the tickets real quick? I'm sorry. The Lake Travis one does not have a link. So I think Coach had said on Tuesday that you can buy the tickets there online. I have not seen anything other than that, though, since it's a scrimmage.
I thought he said it was free. Yeah, there's no ticket. I don't think you have to go. Yeah.
Okay.
And we didn't do tickets last year because we went. And
Yeah,
he
just
hit,
remember.
yeah. For those of y'all that have not been there, he literally hit the nail on the head. Getting in and out of that parking lot and getting there during the timing of when the scrimmages start, it's a nightmare. Like
It
when
is.
Jackson was a freshman, we almost missed part of the scrimmage because we couldn't get in the parking lot because the school buses were leaving. Of course, it may be a little better with COVID because they probably won't have as many school buses running, but it was a nightmare.
And then just the traffic down 620 is
Yes.
a nightmare getting
Yeah.
there. I mean, easily count an hour
Yep.
to drive.
Yep.
Just one thing to let y'all know, we want to do a lot of parent events this year. We're trying to figure out all the legalities. We wanted to already have like a parent preseason tailgate. Unfortunately, haven't been able to do that yet. Just watch for those events to come up. We want to really be able to connect as a group, not just like this, but in person. So the first opportunity that we can have to do that, we are really going to start putting things together. So just keep an eye out. Are there any other questions? We're rocking and rolling. This is awesome.
Wendy, I was just going to give one more reminder about if you have a player yard sign or a player customized decal, the deadline for the order is tomorrow. So make sure you go on the online store today or tomorrow and place your order, because I'll place those orders immediately, probably around 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, if you haven't gotten it already.
And it looks like we've got quite a few people on here, but there's still a lot of parents that are not. So if you know somebody that's not on here and you know that they want a yard sign, let them know. Hey, get it ordered. Watch your emails from Doc and go to our website.
I have a question. And then this will be my last one, I promise. I ordered one yesterday, and I don't remember asking me for my son's name. Is there any way you could look into that for me? And
Yeah,
let me
you
know?
just have to email me at merchandise@crfootball.org with your information.
I
'cause
did
it
just a few minutes ago.
That's the one thing about the store. It doesn't let me do that.
Okay.
So any information I would need for your sign, just email it to me, and I have a spreadsheet that I send our vendor, and he's great about putting it all on there. And then the other thing I would say is anything you need to do, pay for your player meals, sign up for membership, be a sponsor, all of that, you can do that on the store.
Right. Yeah.
So we try to make it a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Make it easier for everybody. So, but same thing with player meals. There's not a place to put your child's name.
Yeah,
So just
after I hit
email that
submit.
to me and I'll make sure Betsy, or you can email that directly to Betsy too.
Yeah.
either way.
Okay. Yeah, I sent you an email, but when I hit the submit, I was like, no, come back.
We got you, Julie. We got you. No worries.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Not a big deal. I emailed you, so just whenever
Okay,
you get a minute.
awesome.
We'll come find you. If we don't match up a purchase with a player name,
Right.
that's where my secret skills, my PI skills come into
You're
play.
stealthily.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm going to make a little plug in here for sponsorship. I know she said if you know people that, want to sponsor and so forth, it's a lot different this year. And local businesses really need our help, restaurants and so forth. And with sponsorship, they get airtime, get their name and their, what they offer, and that they're a booster sponsor during games. They'll get some website publicity. So there's a lot of things that make it beneficial for them in the local area by being one of our sponsors. So feel free to let your friends who have restaurants and, whatever local businesses to go check out our website at the levels and see what those details are.
And I'll just
spread the word.
I'll just kind of hop on that. For our bigger sponsorship levels, we do have some really great packages. We revised our sponsorship as well as our membership this year. And so take a look at those, because as opposed to having different levels, we wanted to be able to help our community businesses at the same time because they're helping us. So, if you take a look, many of them have packages to home games, the MVP parking, so on and so forth. So you can take advantage of those as well, and you'll get the live broadcasting announcements at the games and so on and so forth. So if anybody has any questions or has someone, hey, if you can't reach out, you feel uncomfortable, just reach out to us, and we'll reach out to them and just send me an email.
Are there any others? Anything we missed talking about?
There's a couple of never mind. Heidi answered.
I saw that. I was like, way to go, Heidi.
I was just talking to my freshman football player, and he said the coaches told them today that their numbers could change. So does that mean that basically we just put their name on anything personalized, no numbers?
Yeah, I would say if you're not 100% sure about the number, I would just put their name. You can always go back in final if you wanted to and add a number later. I'm sure our vendor would be happy to do that for you, but they're printing, they're actually printed onto the corrugated, I don't know what they're called, but the boards. So it's not changeable once you do it. So I would say if you're not sure, I wouldn't put a number. It's just
as somebody that's had two boys on the program over the years, and it's not a Coach Rob thing, it was Coach Ford before him. The freshman numbers almost always change. Yes. And I don't know why. I don't know what the rhyme or reason is, but that I would err on the side of it's probably going to change versus it not changing. Once you get
I would stay generic until they hit varsity.
Yeah, because even Jackson's number changed last year when he was on JV, and then when he got moved up to varsity, it changed again. He had three numbers last year. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah.
So just to reiterate, yes, we are recording this meeting, and it will be on our website, crfootball.org, so you can watch it in its entirety. I didn't know Ridgeview had a meeting at 7. I guess I didn't even think to check their schedule. Sorry about that.
It was the 7th grade. It was a 7th grade meeting. It was at 6:30. They just published it like 2 days ago.
Yeah. Well, we are going to publish the rest of our membership dates for the next several months. It's going to be on, hold on, we decided, the second Monday of the month is what we're going to try to do on a rotating schedule for meetings. We'll get that confirmed and get that posted out there, but we're going to have it at a set day every month. We're going to try to post the agenda ahead of time so that the meetings are going to be pertinent and that your participation is going to be greatly appreciated, because it's going to be things we all need to talk about. Thank you guys for your patience. We as a board have been working very hard to maneuver all the changes and stuff that we've had to do this year. We basically have created from scratch most of what we've had to do this year, because nothing is business as usual. So we all really appreciate your cooperation, patience, support. If you guys have any ideas shoot one of us an email. There, doesn't mean that we have the only ideas. We're only as strong as our weakest link. So we all have to work together. I really appreciate everybody being on here. And I don't guess there's any more questions.
No,
Hey, Wendy,
but
I got,
go ahead.
real quickly, I did get an offline question. I'm pretty sure we have Amazon Smiles set up
Oh my
as
God,
well.
yes. Thank
So that's
you.
another way that you can raise
Yes.
money for,
I forgot about that.
but I don't know how to do that. So I don't know how ours is listed in Amazon Smiles.
Mona, you have that, right?
Yeah, so I can get it to you, Dominica, to put on the website, and that way
Perfect.
everyone will have access to it.
Okay.
I have a question before we end.
Yes, ma'am.
So have you guys talked about like serving the varsity meals then on Thursday, or how are we doing it at a restaurant, or what are we doing for the varsity meals?
Yeah, we just found out today that the fellowship has agreed to let us host those Thursday night varsity meals at their location. So now that we know we can, now that we know we have a place where we can do it, I'll be creating the Sign Up Genius for each of those.
Okay, so we're still like making food like we always have.
Yes, correct. Yep.
Okay. Cool.
What, Stephanie, did you have a question?
No, I didn't have a question. I just wanted to say thank you to all you ladies on the board for the work
Oh.
that y'all do. That's all I wanted to say.
You're so sweet.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
So I lied. I have one more question. Dad, what time does that start next Saturday?
What time does what?
The
Dads
pictures.
Dads and
Oh.
decals next September 26th that you
I-
were talking about?
Yeah. I don't know that he set a time the other night.
I don't either.
I don't think he did.
I didn't hear it.
When we
I
did
think
it,
I think they'll probably review the film from the scrimmage and it'll be after that.
No.
Okay.
I would imagine.
So like around lunchtime-ish.
But
or
we'll
so.
update the calendar on the CR Football website as soon as we find out.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, we had a great turnout. Thank you guys, everyone that made it. Like I said, let the others know that didn't make it, that it'll be online to view. And please, please go and sign up for membership. We definitely need a larger parent participation in this program. We are a powerhouse 6A school, and it's time to be a powerhouse 6A booster club. This is the year we're going to do it.
Yes, and it's going to take everybody this year with
Yes,
these
it will.
challenges.
Absolutely. And I am not above going to every single person and saying, hey, I didn't see you sign up for membership yet. What level would you like?
She's not
That's-
joking either.
I was
That's
about
why
to
she's
say,
membership.
they're like, "Yes, you will." I've done it before. I'll do it again.
All right.
Okay,
Thanks,
guys.
everybody.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you. Hey,
Thank
Betsy,
you.
I thought the slides were amazing. Thank you so much. They
Agree.
looked great. So
Thank
good
you.
job,
Pleasure.
ladies. Okay, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
y'all.
Take care.
Thank y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.